Hi, welcome back to Jobless Baduk. Today we are going to look at a game I played my Korean teacher, Chang Hyun-gu, something a few days ago, and he gave me 3 stone handicaps. I won very luckily this time. Actually, it is the first time that I win him with 3 stones, and also it is the first game I've ever won him. I've never won him before this game, so let's have a look. I try to play very simple here, and he also let me play simple, which is very happy for me. Common Joseki, and I try to be more aggressive here, try to do a pincer instead of simply answering on this side. Otherwise he would just like what AI suggests, he would do another approach on the bottom left corner, and probably it will be a good fight for white. So I want to take the advantage of 3 stone and be more aggressive here to do a pincer. And he played also the suggested move by AI to break down the board, making it more difficult for black, try to stir up some fights. Here I play this move, which is also suggested by AI, but I think answering on the other side would also be playable. For example, answering in the corner, and then white jump out, and probably it will be some fights on left side, and it may be more difficult for black, especially when white is stronger. So I try to play more simple gold, just covering this white stone, and then give white some leeway to go into 3-3. And I spend quite a lot of time thinking which side I should block, the upper side or the downside, and from the result I think I chose the correct side, which is the upper side. My thought process is I want to first, like if I block on this side, obviously it would have some influence on the bottom part, and also some potential on the bottom part, but at the same time whites would have no weak group, as in like it got the corner very comfortably, and these 3 stone may be a little bit weak in future when whites are like invade, then these 3 may become a burden. So, and also this bottom part, although it is not weak, eventually it could become weak when the game evolved. So I decide to let whites go into that direction, and then I take the outside and make white going on the bottom side, so that like these 3 stone and this white stone relatively, it will be much stronger than white. And white still play very accurately, trying to make the outside group of black weaker. Here AI suggests to play like do not play anymore on the bottom left corner and go somewhere else, but I think it doesn't have any problem if black further answer here, because otherwise if whites play here it will become much like complicated for black. This group is not alive and these 3 stone is being attacked, and maybe in future like this white stone at the top right corner could also be used, so it will be much more controllable if black play first on the bottom left corner. And white trying to stir up some fights. I think white may expect black to answer here, and this exchange with black is already advantageous for whites, although not a lot, but I think it's being exploited for black, so I don't want to do that. I want to play a stronger move here, so I choose to first exchange one move here on the corner and then further jump out. Here AI suggests this move. I think it's a good move to learn. The idea is to make white heavier, this stone, to make it heavier so that in future if black comes out, then these 2 stones become heavier and it's more difficult for whites to sacrifice them. So in the meantime, black can further strengthen the outside with this nice move, and so it may be a good fight for black. But probably simply jumping out is also okay, and for sure white would go in to jump to cut off black's group with his other group. So here I play this move. My thinking is I want to strengthen the bottom right corner group, and also looking for this attachment here. So with this jump here, then the next move for black would be the attachment here. And because of this jump move, then there will be a tiger mouth here, so there will be no point for whites to cut. So it is a good shape for black. But other move suggested by AI is to strengthen the bottom one stone, and also forcing whites to go out. I was wondering if whites can just connect at the bottom, but it may be too soft for whites. Black continue to cover the center, and there will be a very huge potential here for black. And the connection at the bottom is not perfect for white, so that's why AI does not suggest it. Anyway, I play this jump, and then whites would come out to further do not let black groups to settle down, and also looking for cutting off this black stone at the bottom. And I also spent some time to think about whether I should play this block attachment. It is very huge. It basically would make the right side become black's potential, and also strengthen the bottom right group of black. But I don't want whites to be able to play at the bottom first, something like this, because basically this black stone would be dead, and also it would weaken the bottom left group of black. So I chose to play at the center first to give pressure to the 3 stone of white here, so that it doesn't have time to cut me off. And here white plays a pip here to sort of looking for some weakness of this nice move, and also the bottom right black group. But I think at this moment white doesn't have time to cut off black, because if whites play this, I plan to do this. And right group is the 3 stone here is the liberty is very tight, so it should be a good fight for black. And so I think the bottom right group will not be that very easily. And if black become thicker in the center, then the bottom group of whites is also in danger. So probably it's not a good timing for whites to directly pick up the fight with black. So whites play calmly, jump out and look for cutting off black bottom stone, and also trying to go into the center, and also looking for some cut here in future, I guess. And I played the jump here. AI suggests to play the best move would be playing the nice move here, but I thought of it, and it is much better shape in terms of the left side potential, and also enclosing the bottom group of whites. And this could be a next move, and whites could only go out this way. But my concern is in future there may be some kind of cut off by whites like this. So the 4 stone here, the 3 stones here will be in danger, and I don't like that. Although it is probably an overplay for whites now, but it will give some RG for in future. So I chose to play this jump here, so there will be no issue that I just mentioned in future. And white try to also come out in the center, but probably it's not very good for now. I suggest to do the attach here. Try to ask black response. I don't know what the variation would be, but this probably is a good move because black would be very likely being used if black plays something like here and whites can harney here, so it will be able to use the white stone in the top left corner, and so this is a very good move for whites to play. And now if whites try to come out in the center, black harney, and black should be able to block here on the right side, which is very big. I've always been wanting to play this block attach, but I didn't get a chance to play it in the game. And I tried to play very thick during the game, so I connect, but it is probably too slow for black to play this. AI suggestion means that white doesn't have time to cut it, or it is not too severe for whites to do so. But it's hard to tell, I guess. First, this ladder is not good for black. For whites, I think. Yeah, it's not good for whites. So these two groups are being separated, and here black is actually quite thick, as in there are many liberty here, so shouldn't be a problem for black to play this. But I want to play simple, so that's why I try to reduce number of weaknesses. Yeah, and then whites play this attachment, which has always been emphasized by AI. Spent quite some time to think of the response here. I got the second best move. This honey, I think, is difficult for me to play. First, if white played this, then it seems to be quite a good shape for whites, and I think there could be some RG like this in future, and the 3 stone could be in danger. So I don't want this to happen, so I play this extend so that at least I could connect back to the 3 stone if I want, by like maybe attachment or something like that, so they won't be in danger. And white honey still trying to ask black what the response would be, and also try to make use of the white stone on the top left corner. And I play the best move here, try to make this white stone completely dead. And actually this cut is also very good to play. If white's Atari here, then black comes out, whites need to connect, and this stone and this stone for whites would be quite dead. although whites can connect with the upper stone here. First now is black's turn to play. Maybe I would like further add one more move here so that it's completely secured, and maybe white would play this. I don't know, maybe I probably won't play this going out. Maybe just try to protect the corner and let whites gain something here. So this probably would be a good variation for whites, but it's still playable for black. Black doesn't have any weakness now, and the corner is still being black. White still have some RG on this group, so it is not too bad for black in a handicap game. But also no problem for playing this band here. And whites keep on trying to make use of that stone here, trying to make black being more concentrated, and which is something that I think is worth learning. This sequence is so beautiful. And further cut it, so try to squeeze every juice of black. And Atali. So this sequence of whites gain a few moves here, but it is not very thick. It is just like some juicer, like play a few moves. It may be useful in future. Black looks like it is very concentrated, but actually it's okay for black as a result, because black now is completely alive, and in future if whites play this honey, black honey, whites connect, and this may not be Sante for whites, because black is completely alive, and this is something that whites lose in this variation, the Sante honey of whites. But in exchange it got a few moves outside, so still quite even. And now whites got the time to play this knight move here, which is the largest point suggested by AI. I think I cannot let whites to connect here, otherwise there would be some weak point here, so I need to do this. AI suggests maybe it's better to play this diagonal move here to give pressure on the bottom whites group, but I can't tell. I think this is a thicker move to play to come out first, breaking the connection of this stone and this nice move. And white's best move now, and also the most normal move would be extend here, which is very big, have a hat outside, good influence, good territory, and also some pressure on the bottom right group of black. But it may be in white's point of view, it may be too slow to play, because black is still having great advantage. So that's why white try to play somewhere else to stir up some fights on the top left corner. And black plays correctly, connects the outside stone, letting white to live inside, try to not making a weak group. This is my tactic in this game. White retreat, and I thought of obviously the two options here, protecting the corner or covering up on the center side, and as a result it seems to be equal for both move. And I also asked my teacher which one would be better, and he also said it is quite equal. It's just your point of view whether you want to focus more on the center, or in other terms you want to make something happen in the center, as in try to further attack the center plus left group. Then you may want to play the central move. But if not, maybe it's better, more practical move to play at the blocking the corner. And I also play the best move to Hane here, because this, if white could play this, it is very big, so that's why it's also very big for black to play, which give great influence in the center, and in terms of territory it is also very big. And white try to give pressure to the top left corner black group, and also breaking the potential on the top side. And I do one exchange on this first, try to strengthen the corner group, and then do a pincer to attack the white stone here. And whites play this pip, which I probably didn't respond well. I played very simply, just a simple move to connect, try to keep having a head outside. But AI suggests that you can just ignore it. I think it's hard for human, or especially a lower ranking human, to play this move as black, because I'm not confident whether the black group can live very comfortably. So I think it's understandable for black to keep on playing on the top left corner. That said, maybe it's also considerable to play, actually secure the corner, and at the same time it would give some pressure to white stone. In case if white's cut off here is not severe for whites to play, because black can cut off this stone, and this two stone for whites quite soft. There are lots of sandte outside, so probably it's not a good move for whites to cut here. And it also explains why connecting here is not good. And this diagonal jump, I think, is also something worth learning, this move. the reason why white wants to play here is on the next move it could do this to compress the upside black stone, and if black keep pushing something like this, then the central potential is automatically like it goes off automatically, and it will be not good for black. Although in terms of the win rates or the points difference, it doesn't vary a lot, but I think white having this two stone here would be very useful for whites. A lot of influence impact on the center side, so that's why I play this attachment, but it is not very good because it kind of strengthen the top white's group, and maybe it's better to play this diagonal move so that first black is very thick here, and it also can look for coming out, like trying to attack the weak point of the diagonal jump in future. So it strengthens this stone so that it can make the cutoff here more severe. And also black can consider simply like attacking the diagonal jump here, and white would play this, and this pip stone become very useful now, but still it is quite weak for white's group as a whole. But I think it's quite difficult for black to completely comprehend the whole situation. Black has to play very accurately for this to become a good variation. So that's why I try to keep a sente on the top side and then go back to the corner. And this attach actually is not the best move here if I want to play at the corner. Teachers also suggest I should play here on the second line if I want to strengthen the corner. The rationale is this has better impact in the territory side compared with what I play in the game. And whites could harness here, so in terms of territory it's much bigger for whites and also much smaller for black. And also maybe in future the corner would have more problem for black, so this one is much better in terms of safeguarding the corner. Anyways, still playable. I suggest to do a double honey here, but I think it's very difficult move to play. It's kind of like contradicting my idea of safeguarding the corner, so I didn't play it. I was trying to get a sente with this attachment, but I didn't get it, obviously. Whites play the best move to cut off my upper stone. So whites gain quite a lot in this fight. White live very comfortably, and black also gains some potential here, kind of strengthen the top right corner, but still it's not very thick for black, so that's why AI suggests it's a good variation for whites. And black try to keep on growing the potential, and whites invade. It looks like a misclick, but it's not. It's intentional. It's trying to break in black territory as much as possible, and also kind of make use of this cut here. If whites play honey here, I was thinking to play this double honey, but probably it's not very good, I guess. So, and also whites could consider playing this attachment at the corner, try to first lift at the corner and further erase the center later on. Those are also some kind of possible moves. But whites play this. Obviously black has to cut it off, otherwise it would be too comfortable for whites to connect. And right try to make use of the cut point here for black. And now probably the best move on the right side would be to secure the corner. And it's not severe for whites to honey here. You may think that black can just let whites go back. If it is the case, then it's not good for black, but black can do a honey here. And if whites cuts plus honey, plus atali, black connects and whites also connects, then it is too compressed for whites. It's like it's just trying to connect at the first line, and then black has already taken a few stones, is completely thickened, and it got sente. And this move actually is a big, very big move to play. It is trying to attack the weak points of whites, and it is very difficult for whites to respond. If whites try to connect on the upper side, then very likely is a sente for black to rescue the stone here and try to gain more territory on this side, which is very big. And if white try to counterattack, then black can come out, and because of the head is very thick here, so it's quite difficult for whites to defend here. If it goes like this, then it is very good variation for black. So probably if black could play this, it was very likely to be a sente gain for black, or black would be very compressed. Yeah, but I didn't play that. In the game, I only thought of playing this honey, which is not severe enough to make use of the weak pawn of whites. I didn't have the intuition of playing this in the game, so something that I can improve. Anyway, back to the fights on the right side. I think this in the game, I thought that this honey is very big for whites to play, so I didn't think of the honey counter attack. So that's why I think black has to descend here, but then it gave the opportunity for white to approach the corner, and after this approach, white already has a lot of space to be alive here, so it's very difficult for black to further attack or kill this group. But it's still okay. Black can still try to strengthen the top right corner while keep on attacking whites, and maybe have some potential in this little center. Now black may need to keep on erasing white's eye here, but I think there could be some danger here. The stones here are quite tight on the liberty, so I think it's quite dangerous. I don't want to risk it. That's why I play this jump to cover up the weak pawn here, but maybe it's a bit slow as a result. Whites play descent, just try to make it alive in the side. So this shape probably right is quite alive, and that's why I do not keep on playing here. I think cutting off this stone is quite big. I didn't have the feeling of this claim, so it's not in my option list, and that's why I want to play on the bottom first, and also try to give some pressure on the bottom whites group. And now whites play the honey, try to make it Sante, and which he did, but I shouldn't respond, it's too slow. At the beginning we talked about this group being very thick, it's completely alive, and some weak point on the outside for white, so this honey is not a Sante, and if it become a Sante, it's good for white. And now black should play somewhere else to make it not a Sante, otherwise it will be used by white. And white is aware of this claim, so he knows it's very severe for black to play, and that's why he defend this weak point first. And I also play a problematic move here to cut off whites by an attack. I want to give pressure on the bottom whites group, but it's not very realistic. First, this side whites could still come out, and also at the bottom whites can kind of connect, and also there are some eye shape here in the center, so there's no immediate danger for white group. And also at the same time, whites wouldn't play one move here by itself, meaning it is also not urgent for black to play. So this kind of thinking, we can make good use of it to judge whether a move is worth playing. But I didn't have that feeling in the game. I think I just try to give pressure to white's group. But and also teachers suggest it may be a better move to play to descend here. The idea is first, in terms of territory, it is very big. It gives pressure to the bottom right corner, and the next move could be like something like this. And also this one is also Sante, so there should be no problem for whites to live here in the bottom right corner, but it may be able to only live quite uncomfortably if black play this descent. So it is very big, and it also make the connection of white's bottom group with the corner weaker if there is this descent stone here. For example, if whites play this, in future maybe black could cut it off by this attachment. Then this descent move would be useful to cut off white's connection. So it's very big move, and I didn't have the feeling in the game. So whites played that first, and I played this diagonal attachment, which I think is an okay move. It cuts off the connection of white's bottom group with the corner. And white's best response would be to descend here, kind of give up the central group. First, like capture this black stone so it gains some territory, and this Atali is becoming Sante, so these 4 stones could potentially be captured, while there are still something happening for whites, like whites could still potentially go out if it wants. So maybe it's also something worth considering. Yeah, so AI thinks that white should give up the central group because in terms of territory it is around 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, maybe 20 something. Yeah, but like whites also gain quite a lot, like in terms of capturing this stone and also potentially capturing the 4 stone here, and there will be one less weak group here if it's sacrificed, and there will be less Sante in the center for black while attacking the center group. But maybe it's not a easy judgment, especially I think also my teacher was in Biomi at that time, so he chose to play the second best move to keep having this stone connected with the bottom center group of whites, and black cuts off the connection and also try to further attack the center group. And white try to make some eyes in the center, but in reality it is actually not happening. Like black could destroy white's eyes with this move, so it's probably not good for whites to look into the direction of making eyes in the center. And also black already gained some territory at the bottom, so making it gain a few things in this variation for black. But black didn't play well on the next move. I play this jump here in the center, try to threaten whites in terms of cutting off the connection with the top group. But here the key point is to destroy the eye of whites by a sente, and this move is good also in terms of strengthening the black group here. There is actually a potential weakness for black in terms of here. It is not life threatening, but you will see likewise in future in several moves later. So this one and this one, big difference, 8-point difference, can you believe it? So and the right direction will be playing on this side instead of the center side, because later on you can still keep on cutting off these few stones, so there will be no territory for whites here, and also maybe some potential sente on the left side if black got a hat here. This descent could be potentially sentes for black in future if black got strengthened in the center side. So that's why the direction should be on this side, not the middle side. I didn't play well here, and white attach, and still this is a key point to play, protect destroying white's eyes. And also the liberty problem for black here is severe if whites manage to play this point. So it's a kind of like a mutual sente for both sides to play. But I didn't see it in the game, and whites play the best move to connect. Black capture, I guess it's okay. You say I should play this honey first? Oh no. Anyway, this shouldn't be a problematic point to play if I capture. Best move for white, strengthen the connection. and I also play the best move here to attack, give some pressure to whites while nurturing the center. There's some potential here if this one is center, and if whites could not come out on this side, then black can further block here, so this would be potential territory for black, making it quite good for black to play. And whites try to come out a little bit on the top right side, and black being made use by whites. Black should have make use of this jump sente. This for sure is sente. If whites plays here, yeah, black can ignore it because black by itself is alive in the corner. White's best move would be just to go inside here, but black is still alive in the corner, so now white is like it has no eyes. Probably it won't be that, but I guess whites would need to play quite accurately, and already black has already gained these 3 stones, so it can cover up the loss on the top side while still keep on attacking white's group, and naturally this will also be territory for black while doing the attack. But it adds some uncertainty for black, because it may, like this black group after all is being cut off, so if white somehow manage to connect or be alive, then this could be a problem for black to solve the life-death question, although it shouldn't be a big problem because it is kind of connected already. But I try to place simple, just connect, but you see big difference, 16 point versus around 22, so a few point difference. But whites also has a better move to play, is to do the diagonal attachment here, which make whites to be able to come out on the center side while giving pressure to this black stone. So but I guess white was not confident doing pure me, so white defend on the edge side and black managed to cover up on the center. So this is a good variation for black, and AI keeps on emphasizing the importance of playing this squeeze move, I guess. But I didn't see it. Yeah, I think I missed quite a few of this command center move in my games. So if I manage to like have intuition on those moves, I probably would be a better player. Yeah, so it's something that I should work on. Anyway, I play on the top left corner to strengthen my corner, and I think it's not too small, so but it still drop compared with the best move is 4 points difference, so still not a good move. Yeah, whites like erase the potential here, and not common center, but at least center is for white. Entirely further erasing the center, and also try to make the middle group stronger for whites. I guess also some potential in the middle. Still, like, black should play this. This is a urgent point for both sides, maybe. Yeah, this one is also very big. So I should have played this. What does it mean? If I played this, destroy the eye. Whites could not. I don't understand. I don't understand why it's better. It means, okay, white doesn't have two eyes, white is dead. But it's too difficult to confirm for black to confirm during biomi. So I guess it's natural to block. Yeah, but I guess it's some kind of good thinking. If you have more time, then you can think of further erase the two eyes of whites. But just play the normal end game. Yeah, now whites play this move that has been emphasized by AI during the game, and I didn't respond well. I sort of gave in by playing this nice shape, but AI suggests black should counter attack by doing an Atali. It's not problematic for black if white's honey, because black is alive anyways. So it's too slow to kind of defend in the inside for black, and whites keep on gaining on the end game. I think it's like the end game is probably one of the biggest difference of the strong players versus weaker player like myself. They keep on squeezing every point from you during the end game, and you just keep on seeing your point losing point by point, during the end game. And actually at the beginning, I didn't in the first 60 moves, I sort of have an even game with whites. But later on, you see it drop very drastically when it approached the end game. So end game is actually the most important thing if you want to improve your game. So that's something I want to work on. So whites play very accurately, try to get on a lot of get all the Santes, as many as possible. but this one teacher retrospectively think it may not be the best move. He thinks that maybe it's better to play here, but like AI suggests, it's still okay for whites to play. Maybe this is more problematic. Yeah, this is probably more problematic. This one is Sante for, not Sante, but like very huge for black to play. This one, on the other hand, is actually a Sante game for whites. Yeah. But anyway, and I also play an okay move. Okay, white should have taken 1 point difference. Yeah, this one is too small. This is maybe not too small, but like at least not very big relative to the center, and also the bottom right corner here. This is much bigger. I was looking at the third follow-up, which I can honey and gain 2 more points, but this is not Sante for whites, meaning it is a one-side Sante. So in terms of territory, this side is bigger, but I still managed to play it. Yeah, I played this diagonal move, which is not good. In the game, I misread. I think I think black cannot cut. So, but like black can, as a matter of fact. So, poor reading. Lost 2 points, not 2 points, 3 points by this diagonal move. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't capture, but yeah. Yeah, whites probably make a mistake in this endgame. This connect is bigger because black ticking is kind of Sante, and I don't know why whites play this band. Maybe he thinks there would be some move here, but I don't see it. So anyway, this taking by itself is Sante, so black gain 2 points. But black play a questionable endgame move here. Yeah, this side is bigger. This side is 5 points. This one, because after black played this, whites can Sante honey Sante Atali this, and if black takes, then this side would be hurt. So meaning it is like if black wants to cut off this white stone, this side would be hurt. So meaning black cannot cover up two sides, meaning this endgame is not big, and this one is 5 points, so bigger. And this one is also small. This one is bigger. This one is reverse Sante, is it how it's called? So if whites play first, it is Sante for whites, and that's why if black play first, it sort of prevent the Sante. And this one is 3 points. Also bigger on this side. This one probably is Sante, yeah. But it's still winning for black, because black doesn't seem to make a big mistake during the game. So as black, I would say I'm quite happy with the moves that I play. I didn't make big mistakes, so that's why I can still win out, even if there is such a big difference in the skills of endgame. And there's also something funny happened in the end, that my teacher misclicked. Yeah, he wanted to play this one obviously, but he misclicked playing this, and I should have played this to kill all of his white stone, but I didn't manage to play this. I was just thinking that even if I play this capture, I'll be winning. So anyway, yeah. So yeah, summary of this game, I think black play as black. I think I played quite well here, and some kind of moves that I think is worth learning. For example, the attachment by whites earlier. This is a very good intuition. Try to look at this honey, and also make connection with the white stone here. So it is best move suggested by AI, and I should have think of good timing to play cover attachment here for black. Very big move. And this cutoff is less severe than what I expected. And also this move not good. Try to strengthen, not to strengthen your opponent's stone, or directly attack. Yeah, maybe too aggressive from my point of view. Or this move is also playable. Just try to like keep on like aiming at this weakness of whites. This second line approach kind of second line sorry, second line defense. Think of territory, yeah, good shape. Also make use of this hat here. Also, yeah, this kind of feeling, claim point, yeah, should have this feeling. And also the understanding of this shape. Hane is not scary because black and Hane very tight liberty for white, so corner is bigger. I think it's acceptable for black to play here. Even AI suggests to play here, yeah, but questionable shape. Yeah. And this one also big difference. Be aware of like getting gote and also sente, especially approaching the end game. Yeah, just try not to give up your sente too easily. And also this kind of feeling on the shape is very important. This is a common point, common urgent point for both sides. If black plays here, black stronger shape, white weaker shape, sente. So yeah, I think that's it for this game. Thank you for watching and see you next time.